got some badass artwork down in the spot.
Well, thank you very much. Trying to add on to that as I go, but as you know that I haven't done much with the podcast in like months. Dude, I take these breaks. But anyways, this is going to be probably, I'm going to stop saying what episode it is because I'm going to start pre-recording episodes, and then whatever kind of is next in line, then that will be that episode. So if I have a bye week and something is pre-recorded and I'm feeling lazy, then, I don't want to say, hey, it's episode 43, or I'm at like 53. This will probably be episode 53. So, Jason, thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me over.
Hey, no problem, man. It's a good time, and I think the last time I had seen you was when you were podcasted here.
Yeah, when I stopped by and had pretty fun impromptu with bike riding and stuff. That was a pretty fun night.
You still doing that bike club?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know now the weather is
Yep, the weather's almost coming to light, with coming out of the winter.
Yeah, that sun. Once you could start feeling the sun, once it gets to a point, dude, there's a certain point where you walk outside and it's like this just feels different.
Oh, yeah.
You can feel
the change.
The photons from the sun
Oh,
shooting down at you. What's the name of the bike club?
The McHenry County Bike Alliance.
You're going to get like...
McHenry County Cycling Alliance. Sorry.
Is it a private group?
No, anybody can jump in.
Oh, you're going to regret that. This is there's going to be millions of people signing up. They're like, I'm not even in McHenry County.
We end up riding at night, and it ends up being nice nights just because the weather's always nice and the riding's smooth. Riding can be exciting.
You still right around here, right?
We did this neighborhood a couple times, yeah. But
is it typically impromptu then? So it's like, hey,
those,
man, who's fucking down for
who's
a
available?
ride?
Yeah, yep. Change the neighborhoods too, depending on who is available. It doesn't always have to be one spot. We just like staying around in the area, though.
Yeah.
Bike riding.
Well, yeah, if you can, that's good.
It's riding at night.
Yeah. What kind of precautions? Like I was like, man, I'm gonna ride my fucking dude. I got all these ambitions all the time. And it's like at night, it's like at 10 p.m. is when I got my most ambitious
motivation.
Self. Yeah, and I'm like, man, I'm going to get this podcast going. I'm going to start working out tomorrow. And then I wake up in the morning, and it's like...
Sounds like you just party too late.
Well, I'm a night person, man.
Yeah.
I don't get up like... I don't know how people can get up at 4, 5, 6 in the morning and shit. I mean, that's not...
getting
that's
up
for
that
the
early,
birds, dude.
That's rough sometimes. I don't like getting up too early, but some days you got to get started real early just because you're up, just because you're ready for the day.
No, it's never like that for me.
It's always like that for me.
What time do you typically wake up then, if you don't mind me asking?
I'll usually get up at like 7:45, and then...
I mean, to me, that's early.
Get up and then start, busting my butt and doing stuff around the house, getting stuff ready for the day, and then it's work. And then on the weekends, party night, stay up night, and then try to sleep in. But
then when you got that mental like alarm clock that goes off, you're like, well, I guess I'm up.
Yep.
Yeah, it's never like that for me.
And then there's days where it's like too early, you're not doing much, so I usually have to like force myself to work out for a few minutes or so and then go pass out if it's like way too early.
Yeah. But you get a few minutes of workout.
Get a few minutes of workout.
A few minutes isn't much, but I mean it's something, dude. I can't say that it's nothing. Like that's even a few minutes is more than what I do.
But I guess that's like, crap where you can't sleep, you got your mind on stuff. And then you just have to do something to get the mind off.
I never have that problem.
Yeah.
Where you can't. What does can't sleep mean? I don't know.
Getting woken up and can't sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. I fall asleep, dude. There's so many times where like I'll wake up throughout the night and just like all all that I need is to just like turn over. So I'll turn over. I'll be sleeping on my left side. And then it's like, 4 hours into sleep, I'll just like wake up. I'll just turn over. I'm like, man, I'm comfortable. Boom, right back into sleep, dude.
Flip like a pancake in the pan.
Yeah. And like, I feel like that happens most of the time, like 4 or 5 times a night, which is like I'll wake up, just flip over, and right back to sleep. The craziest thing about that, and this didn't start happening until, I don't know, time flies, so maybe it's already like 4 or 5 years ago. But I was never, like, if I was ever in mid-dream and I would wake up, and when you first initially wake up, the dream is pretty vivid sometimes, and it's like, oh, shit. It's like, whether it's alien apocalypse or this, it does a vampire, dude, I've been chased by vampires, dude. I've been shooting a vampire hunter, dude. I was at the mall with like a 300-foot gorilla that was.
I'm definitely envisioning this pretty cartoonish, so.
Yeah, but it seems real. So like, I've been walking through buildings. A lot of the dream stuff that I have, not recently, but I'm veering off topic, but is like a maze sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
And then like, but it wasn't until like 4 or 5 years ago where I would like be in mid-dream, I'd wake up, I'd turn around, fall right back asleep, but I'm falling back into the same
dream.
fucking dream, dude. And it happens like, I used to maybe dream or remember one little small part of a dream, but there's several times in the past several years where it's like, I feel like I have, it's almost like an episode.
Yeah, it sounds like an adventure.
It is, dude. It's crazy. I wish there was some way to like document it better because I forget it, and it's.
Yeah, get some nice brain mapping going on.
Yeah, well, you can like train yourself, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
There's some shit that I can, some techniques. For lucid dreaming, I heard it was like, you know anything about that?
Not much. I just know that you can control it if you do techniques of,
like recognizing that you're in a dream and then being
even
able
dream
to
logging and stuff like that. You could start getting a hold of of your actual dreams, and really you could actually delve into more detail of it when you're recollecting those dreams and capturing them in that method as well.
But to like be able to, so there's like no boundaries. Like I'm gonna buy this Ferrari. I'm gonna fly down the street. You know what I mean? Like I know this is a dream, and you start. I don't know. That would be fucking wild. But one of the techniques was that I heard, and this was a long time ago, where like you hold something in your hand. So if you're in like a seated position, you like hold something in your hand, and then when you start drifting off to sleep, you're gonna like eventually release that. So there's like a sound. It's like you either get used to a sound. I don't know if it wakes you up or that sound just like.
Sounds like some Inception weird stuff.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Click on the next.
Yeah. But can I ever not sleep? Very, very rare, dude. That's not even in my vocabulary.
That's usually how it goes. You eventually wake up and do the day, and then pass out. And just do it every day.
Yeah, as long as you're exerting energy, and that's why working out is like a really good habit to get into, is because like your body goes through physical.
Yeah, it's physical needs every day.
Yeah, dude, we are so primal, and we got it so easy. Like we don't have to hunt for food. We don't gotta walk for water. We
just go to the store. You're all good.
We fucking go to the fountain and turn on hot or cold. What do you want? Hot, cold? What, you want a coffee? It takes zero effort. So to put yourself through that physical endurance, it's just good for your body, man. And I think typically people that do work out, I feel like they'd have better sleep patterns and.
Nah, I've been on and off at the gym lately, and if you stay off the gym too long, you lose your mojo in it. It becomes difficult, and then sometimes unless you have a plan, when you're there, you always focus on stuff that, you should diversify all your muscle groups when you're working out the best you can. So I got to get back in that mojo on that.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what you're doing, though, right? So it depends on like what your goals are on that front. Because if you're like, you're trying to build muscle mass, you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to just tone up or get some more cardio endurance.
Yep.
Are you training for the UFC?
No. I mean, trying to bring it all back.
Yeah. Well, it's not easy, man. I just went through this on the last podcast I recorded yesterday. I'm trying to do a few.
Oh.
Get a few ahead of myself so then I have time for editing, and then there's steps to the process. So if it's a matter of like, I put it into the terms of cooking food and like staying on schedule, and there's some sort of accountability, because if I don't do something with it, then the food's going to go bad. I paid for it. I don't want the food to go bad, and that's just not good. It's good food, dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So in order for that to happen, all the meals have to be cooked within a certain amount of time frame. I set that up like, okay, I'll cook this first, second, third, and just to stay on schedule. So there's some accountability there. And when it's difficult when you don't have any accountability, but there are a few different steps that have to take place. In my mind, this is the way that I perceive it. If you want to make some change and stay consistent with it, is that you have to, first get it in your brain. Think about it so much where it's like you just have to put some action to it. Write it down, take a picture, dream about it. I don't give a fuck what you do. But first you have to there's got to be some sort of seed that's implanted in your brain. And it's like, this is something that I want to do or I have to do.
Yep.
And then
that's
the next
some Inception shit too.
Right? Well, I don't know. I do a lot of self-talk and self-auditing a lot of times. So that's how I kind of try to keep myself in check.
It's a good method. You want to keep it in mind. Otherwise, if it loses mind, then
it's gone.
You have to just wait until you bump into it again and you find it to put back in your mind. Yeah. No, that's
But it's like a lot of times I don't even feel like you'll just, bump back into it, because a lot of times in order for things to, in order for there to be action towards certain things, you have to be conscious of it. Like things a lot of times just don't like bump into action. It's not like one day you just start working out without being like,
That's true.
I really should start working out. I'm gonna take tonight or tomorrow 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. So that's step number one. And then that's the easiest part. Okay, the second easiest part is actually getting started. Saying one evening, I'm going to take 10 minutes to work out because I've been thinking about it for so long. I have to put this into action. And then you take one evening, you take the 10 minutes, and you're like, fuck, I did it. You feel good. You feel like you accomplished something. The third part and most difficult part about the whole process, in my mind, is being consistent with it.
Yeah.
Because that's where the work is put in.
Yep.
You got to keep up with it. There's a lot of times, especially if it's like working out, for my brain, it'd be like, you could kind of skip today, just get back at it tomorrow. It'd be like 9, 10 p.m., and I'm feeling my best. I'm like, I'm going to kick ass tomorrow. And do I end up doing it tomorrow? No, I don't. It's just like taking that and recognizing that, okay, it's something that your brain's telling you, but then also fighting that and just getting the work done.
Yep.
That's how the shit gets done.
Get to it. Yeah. With the consistency, I can imagine with the consistency, you want to, understand what it is you're trying to commit to and understand what that needs to promote the consistency, and then you have the action on that.
Absolutely.
So if it is working out, then you definitely know there is a cycle that you have to keep putting your body through and your muscles through to make that consistency.
And maintain it. And then man, how is it like for me, right? In the morning, what if I'm like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to wake up at 7:30?
That's early. That's too early.
That is too early. But it's not early for a lot of people,
No, it's not too early. It's just a matter of what you got to get done, and what that time frame you got to get done.
Right. So there's no, am self-employed. I set my own schedule. Not to say I like drag stuff out all the time. I mean, I get up when I need to get up. I take care of responsibilities.
Yep.
But there's no additional pressure. It's not like the food that's sitting in my fridge saying, cook me, or I'm going to go bad. There's no external pressure, forcing me to get up early. I'm like, I got time. So that's where I give myself the lax response.
The chill.
The
chill out.
The chill
You'll
mode.
get there.
Yeah. Yeah, but if it's something that I do feel it just takes a lot of discipline, what do you call it, like fortitude, mental fortitude, physical fortitude, depending on what your goals is and what you're trying to achieve. It can happen. It can happen, dude. It takes work. And to work yourself past the work, dude.
Yeah, that's true. Gotta come up with more plans here.
Yeah.
Because I got a lot of shit that I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not easy. And then, like, one of the things also that I'll do, not to, like, be on a whole, like, talking about myself sort of mode, but fucking one of the things is, or another thing is, I'll take on too much. Like, the list will get too massive. I have too much ambition where there's never a point to get started. So, like, to break that down is super important. Take those small victories.
Yeah.
Break it down into like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna change the light bulb on my kitchen fan because there's 104 that's out.
It could take a long time to get to those bulbs sometime.
Yeah.
Depending on what's going on.
I know. It requires me to take a small step ladder out from my garage, into the kitchen. That's steps.
Those are definitely steps. I got you. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I definitely have projects at home too that I gotta grab the motivation to just.
What kind of project? So, what kind of project would you you looking to do?
Just a little work around the house.
That shit sucks.
But there's certain things that I can't do just because I need to get budget going on, and I'm not ready to take on that budget just yet. It looks like, just because I got other things that are going on.
Well, there's always other things going on for sure, dude.
I just gotta slow down on those other things.
Yeah.
The cost of those hobbies can end up, just
adding up.
Yeah, adding up, but
continuing. But you know what's great? What's great is a hobby, though. Having a lot of people, come home and you're like, oh, what do you do? Turn on the TV. I do a lot of streaming. I mean,
I do tons of stuff where when I'm at the TV time, it's just really time to go brain dead and
it's an escape, dude.
But that's usually reserved just for a couple hours a night. Other than that, it's just busy at work all day long.
Yeah.
I guess the fun part is I do get to run out and do the shopping and stuff, running around.
Absolutely. I hate fucking grocery shopping, dude. Or at least, I don't know what kind of shopping, but I hate grocery shopping. I got that Meyer delivery, dude. I've had my groceries delivered and I'm paying more. Like, even the cost of groceries are through the roof, dude. And I'm like, it's an extra $8, $7.95 to do the like delivery, and then plus you gotta like tip, be a good person and like tip the person that's spending the time.
I usually give the heck of a tip. I usually make sure I give a good tip.
Yeah,
but it seems now these days with the inflation itself, it's hard to meet those, good tipping deeds.
yeah, as much as you could do, right? And then to take that, I don't know, I just feel like I always put myself in other people's shoes too. Like if I just got your groceries. Like I just picked out $120 of your Meyer foods, delivered them to your fucking door, and you tipped me $5.
Fuck that.
That took me an hour.
Yeah, it's like you gotta think of yourself. What do I make an hour? Well, that's probably what you should consider for the other person.
Yeah.
Don't fuck them over.
Well, then you would just do it yourself, maybe. So that's where things. I heard this one time too.
Well, if you do it, you're for yourself. But one of the points of doing it like that is because you need to be doing something else.
Right.
So.
Or you're like, hey, I could pay somebody $20 an hour to shop for me.
At that point, you could pay 2-3 people doing that shit.
What's that? $20 for the hour?
Yeah.
Well, I think it depends on how much your bill is, because then when you go to like tip,
your
when you
scale
go into
bill.
the app,
That's true.
it automatically does a 5, 10,
Yeah, yeah.
or 5, or maybe it's 10, 15, 20%. And it's like if you're spending $100 for sake of easy math, and 20% of that
Oh yeah.
is $20.
Yeah.
That's like some of what I've done, 15, $20. I figure like it's worth for me to. This would take me an hour and a half.
Oh yeah.
For
yeah.
driving.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's
I
worth it.
I was
to
out there
me
fucking
sometimes.
all day today.
Yeah.
I was out there for a couple hours just running around store by store by store. You know.
Is it? Wait, you're doing it for work?
I'm doing it for myself. For
Oh, okay.
All the
right.
errands at home. you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But I even.
That's what I thought initially, but
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, are you shopping for other people? How about shopping? What do you
just
out
do
there
all
getting?
this shopping for all these folk. No,
You need a shopper? I
was-
got you a shopper.
I was totally disappointed today though because I get like every once in a while I gotta get a bunch of chemicals for cleaning and stuff like that. So I have to get stuff to take away rust and stuff to keep the house clean in general. But I went to Home Depot and they didn't have what I needed.
Yeah.
I gotta go to Menards for that shit, just because I know Menards has got all the good stuff I need to clean my house with. Because we got hard water, so it's so challenging. I gotta get that thing back in motion though. The softeners, it's too small for the house.
Yeah.
For me to keep it up and get clean seeming water, I have to run that thing on power cycle, and that's just hard cycles every day. There's just too much rust. You gotta fight.
Yeah, I don't know about the. Yeah. I feel like there's hard water here, but.
Well, you got city water, don't you?
Yeah. Oh.
It'll be hard water. It's just they're treating for all that stuff. They got like much better facilities than my system at home.
I gotcha. Unincorporated?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm like on the outskirts by
Yeah,
the
yeah.
lake.
You got any chickens?
The neighbors do.
Are they a pain in the ass?
No, I mean they're the neighbors' chickens.
Is there a rooster? You can't
I
have,
don't think I heard any roosters, but I don't know.
maybe just the chickens?
I thought you have to have the rooster though for them to.
I don't think so. There's
Yeah.
people that have, and they're like egg producing. I mean, honestly, I have no idea. I thought there was, but you can't have multiple roosters. So if you have a rooster,
Yeah.
or if you have chickens, then you don't want multiple roosters in the same. They battle it out, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They're like a little prehistoric.
Oh yeah, they're like reptiles, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I don't.
It's like a prehistoric bird reptile, dude.
I don't have a coop, but like a couple weeks ago, I was talking with my brother about raising chickens, all that sort of thing, and he was telling me how that's what they wanted on the property. They essentially wanted to raise chicken on the property.
Mm-hmm.
And but I moved in and they shot out that idea, so I'm like, yeah, let's do it, man. So let's see how the spring and summer comes if we plant a couple of chickens.
Yeah. No, but then you need a coop. You need the
Yeah.
space. They are like dirty, dude. Only because they like
Well,
shit everywhere. They'll like shit in their water and the.
You could get small birds too, like quail or some shit,
Yeah.
and raise quail instead.
Yeah.
I forgot what they're called, but they're small birds. I think that's what I'm gonna shoot for, because I could even keep those in the garage.
Cornish hens.
Or something like that. No, I don't think they're Cornish hens.
Sell them to the medieval times when they're like.
Yeah.
That's what they serve, dude. Little Cornish hens with dragon tail soup.
Yep.
That place is fucking amazing, dude.
I've been there one time.
I've been there like maybe twice, but it was tens of years ago, dude.
Tens of years ago.
Yeah, a fortnight ago. What is a fortnight? I don't even know.
A fortnight, a couple weeks or something like that. No, I've only been there once, and it was a good time. A couple of years ago, and
It is a good time.
I heard that it's different now. Like they don't necessarily name the features of the meals like that. I
That's
don't know.
fucking lame, dude.
That's what
What
I
are they?
heard.
What are they getting all soft on the fucking language? Or like,
I'll ask Richard Roy again, because He recently went.
He was the somebody that was
He
there
says-
more
he says
recently.
a hell of a night.
Well,
Or a
that's
hell
cool.
of a day.
Well, you know what? It's dinner and tournament,
Yeah.
dude. I know Richard Roy likes a fucking dinner and tournament, dude. That guy works like a boss, man. He's a really good guy, dude. I've had to like deal with him and talk to him, and he's helping me out with what I'm doing.
Yeah,
and
he's a really good guy.
he's
dude.
just a good dude. And I respect that guy because I know he's a hardworking guy, and yeah, he loves that dinner and tournament, though.
yeah. Who doesn't?
Yeah, that's true. Who doesn't? If you don't, you're fucking lame.
I was disappointed for many years because I never went. And up until the final year when I finally did go, the disappointment was raising and raising. And finally I was able to go. So I got to enjoy it finally.
And you got to enjoy it,
Yeah.
man.
Went with a little princess. She
Yeah.
was dressed, she had a nice princess dress.
Yeah.
She got confused with the princess that was at the tournament.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She was young though, that's why. She
Yeah.
just got confused what's going on.
Yeah.
But it was a good time.
I think the last time that I was there, I want to say that I was at least old enough to drink. So,
Nah.
up,
Wow.
above 21, but dude, tens of fortnights ago.
Tons.
Hundreds of fortnights, perhaps. But I think I was like, I'll have a beer, wench. And then she's like, oh, yeah, shut the fuck up. They're good sports, man, because that was at least the times you could say that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Now they'll be like, get this guy over on B6, seat 45. Escort him out. You got escorted security because you called the waitress a wench, and it's supposed to be medieval times, and you can't get...
It sounds very unruly on their end.
It would be. What, for them to kick somebody out?
For them to kick somebody out. Like
Yeah.
that.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen. It's been a while.
Yeah. I gotta make a plan to go there again. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
And the whole thing, it's like it's cool if the night that you're
Oh,
the
yeah.
color section
Yeah.
that you're seated in wins, but it doesn't fucking matter because you still had some good food and
Oh,
dinner
yeah.
and tournament, dude.
When I went, it was the green night, and they won. They defeated their opponent.
Those motherfuckers.
I think they're against the red knight. People end up talking shit when your knight loses or wins.
You know what I don't even remember what night won, but I'm getting old too. That was a long time ago.
Those places are pretty cool. Those are like I've been to the Renaissance Fair before, and that was really, really awesome.
How many times over there?
Just once on that place too,
Yeah.
but it's a cool place. There was a what do you call it? A knight that rode up on his
Trusty steed.
his metal steed,
Oh yeah.
his metal horse.
Oh, it was like a patron.
It's just a patron. Yeah.
It wasn't even
He
a
had,
worker.
he had a wench, man. He had a wench too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Was she hot?
There was a hot wench.
All right.
It was
No, that place is cool, man. They had one of they got like cool, just hand carved like
Yeah.
staffs and like.
Oh yeah,
very
yeah. I want to
medieval
pick
shit.
up one. I think next time I go, I'm gonna pick one up, dude.
These big turkey legs. You have one of those.
I'm gonna try one of those things out
turkey.
too. I didn't try that out when I was there.
It's like a 7-pound turkey leg, dude. The thing is massive. Like that ain't no chicken.
I think when we went, I ended up puffing on. Really got me into a different atmosphere.
Oh yeah.
So
nice.
I was in a different zone.
PCP. I know that'll do that to you. No, I'm kidding.
PCP. They found me in the shed the next day.
Yeah, it's if you don't fucking jump out a window or something.
No, I was-
Don't do PCP. Anybody.
I was in a different world,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because of how intense the experience.
Well,
was.
they really they bring it to that level though. That's like the
Yeah, the
Renaissance.
place is cool as hell.
Yeah.
You definitely feel like you're separated
Old-timey.
out. Yep. And all the people that gather there, they help that in particular.
they get into it, dude.
Everybody gets into it. I had myself some elf ears that I wore.
Oh yeah.
I tried looking like a peasant elf creature or something
That's
like
more
that.
than what I did. I went with, dude, I don't fucking know. I don't want to do math right now.
Yeah.
But it was in
It was in 92.
I had to be about It was probably about 97, honestly.
Yeah. So it was,
Or maybe
high school.
plus or minus, but I was in Kung Fu. I went with the Kung Fu crew.
Oh, wow.
And we all had the same, like, Kung Fu shirt.
Oh, that's cool.
We went as the Kung Fu crew, dude, in the Renaissance times.
Oh, yeah. So
It
it's
was
like
fucking
time
cool.
travelers.
Yeah, we were like time travelers in fucking Bristol, Wisconsin.
Weary time travelers.
Yes. Yes, it's been a fortnight. I've been traveling. I need some...
That place is really fucking cool. Like, I definitely want to go back there before I go to medieval times. I think that's a funner experience.
Yeah. There's more to do.
But really, the next time I go, I want to go without children and actually experience it like adults.
Yell like a maniac, like a drunken...
No, I want to be unruly and get kicked out, you know?
Well, all you have to do is say wench to the waitress, and boom, you're out of there. So you gotta be like a little mouse. Sir, you're being too loud. You're like, I'm just squeaking over here.
I think it would be cool, though, to have the ability to build atmospheres like that, you know, more open for people. I think that's why I like Halloween a lot, but I didn't experience Halloween too much this year. You know, going to like a haunted house or, you know, you get a different
Just this year, not bad. It's been tens of years for me.
Oh, wow.
Since I had a good Halloween, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like since, you know, when you're kids, but it
Yeah,
helps.
yeah.
It helps to have contributors that have a good Halloween. Like, I think having a good Halloween was good when my brother Josh was doing his little haunted houses, the haunted mazes on his driveway.
Yeah.
I think that really created a good Halloween season.
I agree.
And I think that's a cool idea to do. I'm probably going to talk to him about doing that again.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Try
Is he still at the same place, too?
Yeah, oh yeah, he's still there.
Yeah. How's he doing? I haven't even talked to him.
He's working, so he's dealing with, you know, like the bullshit of work, that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm glad he's moving, doing some stuff.
Yeah, moving around.
Yep.
That's cool. That's cool.
I have a buddy who was telling me how him and his buddy set up like larger scale, you know, personal Halloween times.
Well, you know,
Get yourself like a big
Fox Valley tattoo.
Yeah.
He's had some haunted houses, actual haunted houses. Like he invests money in it.
There's one place that's like down the street at the end of your neighborhood. You know, if you continue past the lake, keep going back there, all those houses back there. You cruise by his house during Halloween. He's got all these setups, like straight up like quick diagram setups that's in his yard and all that shit. And he does them really well. Like he did like a butcher shop once, and you know he did
kind of like a theme.
Yeah, like a theme spot that's like an 8x8 space or something like that. And he has multiple of them up in the yard. Different thing for each.
Oh, varying.
Yeah,
so, like butcher.
Yeah. So I can imagine, you know, he builds these things and stores them pretty adequately for the season. Reinstall them every year. It's pretty. I think that'd be a pretty cool thing to do.
That ain't shit, dude. I'm gonna do a corn maze. I'm gonna grow corn.
There you go.
I'm gonna grow corn tomorrow as soon as spring hits. So by the time it comes around,
you could.
You could. My whole yard is just fucking cornrows, bro.
Or bushes. Get the bushes, dude. You can make it so it literally starts like from the street, a nice path, a narrow corridor, that sends you to the backyard. Yeah. And the backyard is blow your mind maze.
And then at the end you just get one little piece of candy and you're like, all this was a half an hour for a little nerd's box.
You have somebody waiting at the end. Yeah. One piece of candy per child.
Thank you for taking the maze. Happy Halloween.
Oh yeah, you could have like a robotic of yourself doing that. Like pre-recorded 10 phrases and you just Robot Dan is there greeting you at the end.
Yeah.
Kicking you out. Is your setup like to somebody else's house on the back of your property, or do you have land back there? Open land?
No, I just have the yard, and then it does back up to other fenced properties. neighboring properties.
You could always you can install like a front porch spot exiting.
That's a lot of work, dude.
I don't know. It'd be pretty badass.
I can't. You see this
Like a
toilet?
red door?
You see this toilet seat that's leaning up
What
against
is it doing?
Well, it's a brand new toilet seat. It was a replacement because I haven't had one down here for months.
Yeah, I was here last time. It didn't have it.
That was
Not
a
a big
long
deal,
time
though.
ago, dude. Typically, it's not a big deal. But I've had that sitting there for at least 2 weeks, unboxed. The box is over there. I still haven't taken it out. I'm going to build a fucking foyer, you know, of Halloween.
You could do it.
I don't know. Maybe 1 year. You
get to the end of the Whit Maze, though. You know, you do that doorbell. It's a red door.
Yeah.
And just a nice white frame.
Yeah.
And then they have to fucking get the hell out through that door. You know, find your way to the street. Get out of my property, buddy. I'm done with you.
Get out of here.
Take your candy. Go find your candy.
Go find your candy in the yard. Fuck, man. Yeah, Halloween, dude. I still got this Christmas tree set up.
Oh, that's cool, though.
I think it's cool.
I like decorations like that. You know, if it was up to me, my house would have a theme of all the decorations, like
every season.
Yeah, every season. So every season has.
No, bullshit.
Yeah, I would do it, dude.
I call bullshit. Have you thought about this before?
Yeah.
You would seriously set up.
It's
it's cool.
Set up the house, so you know maybe I could just do it with an LED system. You know, you press the button, there's your blue for nice crispy January night. When it's Halloween, you press another button, it's orange lights.
Oh, you're just talking colored LEDs, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could do that.
I thought you were talking about having like a multi-room house.
I would like that. I would like that.
I'm picturing each room has like your fall room has like dimensional trees coming from the wall. That's
that's awesome.
Vince 3D carved, or you know what I mean? Fucking made something crazy. It's all built up plaster.
I would do some stuff like that. If I had the time of putting that stuff together, if I had the resources. Every room's something different.
And time.
The huge thing I want to do this before I die, dude. I want to build a faux dinosaur skull or like a woolly mammoth skull.
It's doable, dude.
And do it as like a sculpture for my front yard. So it looks like my front yard.
Oh, you're talking
has
almost
to
scale?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That
would be cool.
Whatever the right material would be that would last over time, some sort of plaster, concrete, whatever. And
yeah, but what are you gonna carve it out of? Yeah, what is the substrate? What are you using?
I would imagine I would need to just model the thing, with basics, clay and chicken wire and shit like that. And then from there, maybe produce some sort of casting, or I don't know, man. Or I could just
what you could do?
It'd be plaster.
Yeah, one of the things you could do, it'd be it'd be lighter weight, it'd be super expensive, but do in the sign industry, like you could take high density urethane panels, and they're made for dimensional carvings.
Oh yeah.
So if you had a sign panel, I think
it's
it comes
foam?
from like an inch to 2 inch thick.
Yeah.
But if you're making something that's a skull and you're carving it out,
Stack them and carve it.
You need so many layers and glued and then you carve it out. Oh, dude. Unless you do concrete, and then you're talking, I don't know.
I would imagine if it's
sounds like a cool project.
If it's like the foam that's interior, and if it's something like plaster concrete, that's a solid exterior thing to use.
That'd be cool.
I think
or like a resin. You figure out how to do
maybe like
even a fiberglass or something, man.
Something where it's substantial and economic.
Yeah. Well, anything to that scale isn't really economical, dude.
Yeah.
You're talking money, time,
I think it would be
space,
badass to do.
It would be. It would be very cool. Hey, if you before you leave, man, if you remind me, I do have this sculpting technique book that I haven't looked at in a while, but it's got different resin molds, and these are typically smaller scale.
Methods.
But dude, if you want to take that with you, man,
dude, I'm down.
Let me know, and then it might spark some ideas and get that idea going, man.
It'd be badass. You got some fossils there on your shelf, and I think fossils are pretty badass, and I think it'd be awesome to get into learning how to sculpt and make substantial sculptures, essentially, of that stuff. That's why I like the dino idea really bad, is that I can make it realistic. You know, I could do it. I know people out there know how to sculpt and all that sort of thing, but I think I could replicate it pretty good.
It's a project, but I think you could, man. You take the approach and, the artistic, fuck it, you spend your time, but it's a lot of work, but it can be done. Better than that Martin Luther King monument that's like a big dick, hands holding the big dick.
I don't know that one.
That was the whole thing. Maybe I'll edit that out.
Somebody screwed up somebody's sculpture.
Yeah, it was like they spent like $10 million on it. It's like, it looks like a fucking penis.
I know, I guess, what is it, New York now has a bean, right?
Do they?
Or is it New York? I forgot who it was.
Chicago's got the bean.
So another city got a new, I think it was, I'd have to look it up. But somebody else got a bean, and it's like a little bit smaller, I guess, and a little bit different in shape.
Yeah. Probably Portland.
I'm surprised I didn't look it up when.
Yeah.
Like,
we can look it up.
There's
Wi-Fi.
Ann told me about it, and then I just didn't look it up. But even though it's like really interesting, I'll have to check it out.
Heck yeah, man. I gotta go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna pause it.
Well, you could set yourself up to make comedy skits, dude.
I know.
Dude.
I had an idea.
You just have to have an idea what to do, and then get those sound effects, man. You want the background noise of whatever is going on.
Yeah, but if I could just purchase sound effects, that's easy, dude.
Yeah,
but what are the
like
ideas? Yeah, but I can have noises, and I could download free noises and sound effects and stuff. But like one of the skits, if you're talking like a skit, to me that also means video. So one of the ideas that I had is like, check this out, Dandemonium podcast. I'm doing my thing. I set it up, and basically I'd have to write a script. That requires, dude, I'm terrible at acting.
Yeah.
You know, I love writing. I'm terrible at acting.
You just gotta write it, dude.
I know, but then acting it and making it like funny is, I'm a shit actor, dude.
Even if it's not yourself, dude.
This is what it would be. So sorry to interrupt you.
Oh yeah.
But so it'd be a Dandemonium podcast, and then I would be playing the part of the host, Dandemonium podcast, and then also communicating with my producer. But the producer is me. I just have a different haircut. I got sunglasses on or something.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, why the fuck? I showed you a video earlier of Pink Trip.
Why?
Yeah.
Why you tell me?
Yeah. How come it's so difficult to look that up? And then it shoots over to me, and it's like, well, what do you want from me, man? It's just like, just some stupid fucking.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
That'd be a funny idea, but that takes a lot of work. So now I got to invest, $150 into wig, glasses,
Oh, you don't need no wig.
You got to make it different. You got to make it somewhat different. Like,
you can schedule it. So
what's funniest? Sorry to interrupt.
No.
Remember that thought though. You remember it?
Oh yeah, I got it.
Okay, but what is so I imagine the funniest outcome would be like to just know that it's the same person, but also recognize just enough difference to where it's like, I'm not gonna get full on prosthetics like
don't
Jackass.
Don't get no prosthetics. You don't need shit, dude. What you need to do is just take a week of recording yourself talking, acting like you're talking to yourself, right? And then you wait like a month, just grow out like a full-on beard, change your persona by allowing.
See, that's a lot of time and work and effort. I mean, people don't understand, like, like
a plan. You start. I mean, I'm putting in effort. My hobby that I'm doing, and the start of it is you start it up, and then you have to wait. Yeah. And your end result isn't going to be until almost half a year later.
Right.
So you just have to have a little patience of, knowing the process, right?
Trust in the process.
Trust it. You write it all up, dude. You write up you could start off just by talking to yourself in the video of you, the host. You got some stuff that's going on that you got to talk to him about. Right. Because he's fucking something up.
Right.
Or he's not, and maybe you think he
is. We got this new producer, just like in movies or shows or whatever. There's nothing that's not displayed on screen that doesn't have some sort of
Background?
meaning, whether
Yeah.
it's symbolic or
That's true.
metaphoric or projecting into the future, whatever.
It's set there for a reason.
Right. The most difficult thing, or the best thing, starting point number A is have the idea, have the concept, write something out, plan it, and then it's just a matter of time. Okay, now I got 3 weeks, 4 weeks it takes me 2 months to grow a beard now.
Yeah, you got 2 months to take in motion.
2
Stop
months.
shaving your face.
Yeah.
No, it's doable. I mean, you talked about how everything has its own story and all that sort of thing. Thinking about all these things that you have behind you in the studio, you could make a story for each one of those as a video skit itself.
Yeah.
How did you acquire that tree?
I'd rather than taking 2 months, the tree was a gift. But rather than taking like 2 months to try and grow some facial hair that resembles somebody else,
when you say that was a gift, was it like you're walking down the street and you stumbled upon this tree on the ground and you're like, "Oh, it's a gift to me. I will take this into my home." Yes, yes. Thank you for the gift. Thank you.
Yes, gracias for the gift.
It's a gift from the gods.
It was a gift from my family.
Ah.
Yeah. My mom was like, I think you could use some decorate. This was like this is hundreds of fortnight ago.
Like, all right, Ma.
Yeah.
Okay, Ma.
It's
I'll put it up, Ma.
small tree. I could set it up on the counter, set it up outside. I could.
Yeah, so anyway, you do some time of filming yourself, and you're looking off to the side.
I'd rather go on Amazon and buy a $2 mustache that makes me look different.
I guess so.
You know what I mean? And like I'm not, because then in the creative process
What about-
too, like
how about
things
this?
get stale. The ideas.
What about this? The mustache, like, you have to have good adhesion to get the mustache to stick. I used that
Just
before
for enough for some
Halloween
small
stores,
clips,
whatever.
though.
What we could do is an eye patch.
An eye patch is
Yeah, your producer might have an eye patch. You
yeah.
know?
That could be part of the skit. Bring in some sort of, hey man, I'm working with one eye over here. What do you?
And then you lift up the eye patch and look.
Or you know what would be even fucking funnier and even crazier? I got a Halloween prosthetic that was like a demon. It had the whole prosthetic that blends into your face. You paint it. The whole... I'm talking Face Off. Remember that show?
Yeah.
That shit was awesome, dude.
Yeah, maybe your producer is a demonic guy
I could
with
turn
an
it
eye
into...
patch
Maybe it's an alien. It'd be
and
like...
a mustache.
Look, I know you're here on a work... What are they? Work visa.
You're on this work visa.
Yeah.
I know when it expires, so don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
You know?
Look, I'm more than welcome to make you a permanent resident, a citizen of the U.S. However, you're fucking up, bro.
This guy, man, he sounds like he needs shaping up a little bit. It sounds like he's got some things that he's got to sort out. This
You gotta
producer
get with
of
the
yours.
program. You gotta get enough sleep. Take that melanoma, whatever. Is that what it is? Melanoma?
Melatonin.
Melatonin.
That'd be a good idea. I think that would be a fun, stupid, good idea. And the thing about that though is it's a good throwback to Space Ghost and his relationship with Brack. Brack was a silly mofo.
Space Ghost.
But that's a pretty good idea. I think you should roll with that.
That is pretty cool, but that's a lot of work. And the prosthetic, I mean, there's a lot of work into painting it. But you can actually reuse
you set yourself
it.
up with you set yourself up with pre-recording all of your situations with the host, and then you set your guy up for that.
That's
and if he takes 2 days, this guy's got to sit through makeup for 2 days. That's his job.
Right. If I was gonna do something like that, I would. If everything is like planned out right, I'm not to that point. I need way more hours under my belt before I have anything.
I think you could do it.
Yeah,
well,
but
you could.
I'm talking to the extent. Sorry to interrupt.
I got it in my mind. Don't worry.
But I'm just talking about, I would want to go to the extent of like hiring a face painter, somebody that could blend it in,
right.
You know what I mean? Do it right. And
there's plenty of people out there for that, and I'm sure that they're willing to work with you.
$200, $300, $400, $500. I mean, to go through 2 hours of face paint, that's like, okay, now you look like an alien, and now I need somebody to control a camera because I need help with that shit.
No, so what I was thinking is when you're recording each of your personalities, you have somebody with you that's talking to you about the discussions, so
Right.
that your character can actually bring it back to that person. They could deliver it in the manner that there's somebody there. That'll give you a nice ease, so you don't have to necessarily act.
Right.
You know,
Just play the part.
Yeah,
You
you just hang out and have fun
Yeah.
playing that part. So that's what your next recording session with me can be, something like that.
Yeah.
You play that part of whoever that is,
Yeah.
and then you edit
basically
me out.
bouncing off the
Oh, yeah.
script.
Yep, bouncing off the script. I'll give you some wit back.
I just want to get to the point where I'm consistent with this. Again, speaking back to the accountability factor,
Yeah.
like it's like the food's either going to go bad in my fridge. I'm scheduling guests. I canceled on you a few times. We were supposed to set something up. It ended up falling through. I think 99% of the time was my doing.
Yeah.
So my apologies, but I'm like, okay, I really wanted to get back into it. And that is a little bit of external accountability that I do like, because I got you this week.
Yeah.
And a thank you again.
No
I got
problem, man.
somebody else next week, as long as nothing falls through. And
Yeah.
then I think I booked 3 weeks out,
Oh, man.
Saturday. So,
That's good.
and then I can do a little bit of my own recording in between that time, but that accountability. So I hope to have you back here probably before we do any setup like that. But that was awesome, man. Is there anything else that you want to maybe mention, throw out? You got social medias you want to throw out? Check me out on Twitter.
Check out now. I'm just doing my own thing right now, and if I'm gonna build up something again, I'm gonna, in a sense, patiently do it. I tried, putting a lot out into the art club and all that sort of thing, but without that really gaining traction, I don't necessarily do art club anymore. But I do, though. I do it for my own, pretty much, and for having the fun of it. I just don't try to get big groupings of people anymore.
Yeah, the more people involved, the more difficult it is, probably.
Well, what makes it fun, though, is when people are into it, it makes it easier to gather people to the event. So if it is active and I have extent of friends or people around me, then I could reach out in that manner. But right now that's not really there. So it's just everybody's pretty much localized. My close friends, all that sort of thing. That's the people that get my time.
Yep. Right on. I thank everybody for tuning in to the Dandemonium Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. Be sure to check me out for the next episode. Get those notifications. Peace.